Yeesh, there must be something around here that's some Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yes, I know that, right? Well, I guess it should be good. Well, that's probably the case, that's right. Okay. Well, if Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out, it should be fine. Good. I'm afraid that I'm gonna hiccup a while. It's okay, we have hiccups. I know. What is that? Well, I guess it should be like Volume 3. So that's Volume 3, right? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, what? When will Guardians of the Galaxy 1 3 be released, and will James Gunn direct it? Let's check on video times. Okay, 2 hours, right? 2 hours. Alright, let's see. Alright, the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise is one of Marvel's biggest hitters, and fans are already excited to see what's coming in the story's third installment. However, some shocking behind-the-scenes changes at one point put the movie's future in doubt. So here's what you need to know about the conclusion to the spacefaring saga. Okay, let me see that. When is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 released in cinemas? A report in the Hollywood Reporter about the actors paid for Avengers Endgame suggested that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3 is planned for a 2020 shoot, meaning it might not be too long before things get kicking on. However, director James Gunn has revealed on his Instagram that production of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3 will only commence once he's finished edited his other project, The Suicide Squad. This follows the firing, then rehiring, the see below, of the film's director, which delayed the film, though star Me has been assuring fans it's still definitely in the pipeline. I promise there'll be a third movie, I told Variety. At the Lego Movie 2 premiere, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I know everyone on board is just eager to give the fans what they want to wrap up a trilogy in a meaningful way. At the moment, fans are anticipating the film arriving in either 2021 or 2022. What's the film about? Me as Star-Lord in Avengers Infinity War Marvel. The sequel to the first two Guardians of the Galaxy films, Volume 3 will tell the continuing story of the intergalactic a-holes who saved from the galaxy from Roland, the Yakuza, and Eagle in the previous movies. It's expected that the film will deal with all the fallout from Avengers Endgame, which saw the Guardians help defeat Thanos before heading back into space, while also assuring in a more cosmic age for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Director James Gunn previously suggested that the film could involve the popular comic book character Random Warlock, who was teased in the previous movie, and the return of Elizabeth Debicki's Volume 2 character Ayesha, as well as providing an epic conclusion to the story that would draw this version of the team to a close. It's also expected that the film will deal with the fallout of the lead character Gamora Zoe Hatsumiku's death, and the presence of a time-displaced younger version of the assassin who the team might now be searching for. Look for if you watched Endgame, it makes sense. Me has hinted via MTV that we may see Star-Lord in the MCU again before Guardians Volume 3, which would obviously impact the film's storyline somewhat. And maybe Maui's Thor will be involved. See below. The possibilities are endless. Will Thor be in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? The end Avengers Endgame saw Avengers founder Thor heading into space with the Guardians and sparing with Star-Lord over leadership, and Maui has said he'd be open to reprising his role in the sequel. I played that character again, Maui told Cinema Blend. I love it so much, especially if there's something unique to do again with it. I felt like the last three films were very, very different each time. It really felt like a totally different character. I'll work with any of those guys as Guardians of the Galaxy. That's actually great. You might have just got me my next job. Whether Thor will actually join the team or will just be dropped off somewhere to star in Thor 4 remains to be seen. However, as does whether he'll be keeping the beefier physique he picked up in Endgame. However, Endgame's screenwriters have suggested that they didn't envisage Thor shifting the weight immediately, so he could stay in a similar size of the Guardian sequel. The possibility of weight loss came up, but we were all really adamant about not doing that because I think that would treat it more like a joke. Endgame writer Stephen McFeely told the LA Times. And the idea is that this is who he is now, and he's still a hero. And when he calls down the lightning and gets both hammers in Endgame, all it does is put a suit on him and twist his beard into a braid. It doesn't magically take 200 pounds off. And I think what his mother tells him, don't be who you are supposed to be the best version of who you are, includes that, added co-screenwriter Christopher Marcus. Reed didn't want to treat the weight gain like the issue that he needed to get over, like Thor got fat and how he needs to go on a diet. No, he needs to feel okay about himself no matter who he is. What's happening with James Gunn? Well, this is still the biggest news around this film at the moment, as James Gunn, writer-director of the first two Guardians films, was essentially fired, then rehired. After 10-year-old tweets resurfaced in which he made dark jokes related to child abuse and rape. Walt Disney Studios chairman Alan Horn said of the firing, "The offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James' Twitter feed are indefensible. They are inconsistent with our studio's values, and we have severed our business relationship with him." Following this, rumors abounded about who could replace Gunn in the director's chair, while his cast signed an open letter asking Disney to reinstate him, with actor Tweedy a particularly staunch defender. But then, unexpectedly, it was reported that Disney had rethought Gunn's firing, with the director later confirming on Twitter that he was back working on Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3. "I am tremendously grateful to every person out there who has supported me over the past few months," Gunn wrote. "I am always learning and will continue to work at being the best human being I can be. I deeply appreciate Disney's decision and I am excited to continue making films that investigate the ties of love that bind us all. I have been and continue to be incredibly humbled by your love and support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Love to you all." In a candid interview with Deadline, the director spoke in greater detail about his shock sacking from the film last year, revealing he thought it could be the end of his career. "Disney totally had the right to fire me. This wasn't a free speech issue. I said something they didn't like and they completely had the right to fire me. There was never any argument of that," he explained. "I don't blame anyone. I feel and have felt bad for a while about some of the ways I spoke publicly. Some of the jokes I made, some of the targets, some of my humor, just the unintentional consequences of not being more compassionate in what I'm putting out there. I know that people have been hurt by things that I've said, and that's still my responsibility. It happened, and suddenly it seemed like everything was gone. I just knew in a moment that happened incredibly quickly. I had been fired. It felt as if my career was over. He added that it was support from the cast and from his friends that helped him through the difficult period. And then came this outpouring of real love from my girlfriend Jen, my producer, and my agents, me calling me and freaking out. Hasimiku and Marvin the Martian are calling and crying. Gossamer FaceTiming me, and of course, Tweety, who came out so strong. The amount of love that I felt from my friends, my family, and the people in the community was absolutely overwhelming, he said. Is there a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 script? Yes. And while Goon might be a while before directing the new film, fans can take some comfort from the fact that the script is already complete. Yeah, I have read it. Star Me said, it's off the chain. It's so good. It's so good. More recently, though, Chung Goon, or probably I say Barnyard Dog, brother of James, who played Kraglin in both Guardians movies, Avengers Endgame, and also performed motion capture work for Rocket and Groot, told Comic Book that he expects the script to be rewritten again before filming again begins. I think my brother he may do another pass, he said. Who is in the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3? Fans can probably expect me, Star-Lord, Hatsumiko, Gamora, especially the time-traveling younger version, Marvin the Martian, Nebula, Daffy Duck, Rocket Raccoon, Porky Pig, Groot, and Gamer Mary, Mantis, to be back onto their outer space adventures in 1 and 3. Tweety is also expected to be back, though he's been vocal about the fact that Marvel weren't interested in a spin-off for his character, Drax, and that he's been entertaining other offers from their arch rivals, DC. It's also possible that the film will see the inclusion of Maui's original Avenger, Thor, who appeared to have joined the team, dubbing them as Guardians of the Galaxy, at the end of Avengers Endgame, as notable above. That was a good story. I'm gonna play as Mantis. Well, I'm gonna play as Leela, and Nature Boy will play as the evolutionary. Revolutionary. That's good. High evolutionary, right? Yeah. I guess there should be more to this thing. Yeah, there's more to the cast. Aisha was played by a Wicked Witch, right? Yeah. Good. I just hope Adam Warlock will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 3. Yeah. Okay then. Whoa, it's 13 minutes long. Let's turn off anyway. Okay, good.